Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back to the channel. Today I want to theme the daily Dharma. We don't have any pre-messages so-called out with cards on the table, but we're going to tap into our North Node, which is, it's an astrological point that talks about your highest destiny and calling in this lifetime and the types of expansion and learning and growth that you are meant to embody and pursue as a soul in body in this lifetime. So it is opposed naturally by its counterpart, the South Node, and that represents not only the things that can trip us up, but it's also the accumulation of our inherent wisdom, and perhaps from accumulated past life experiences or the experience of ancestors imbued into us throughout our upbringing. But the South Node is the comfort zone and what we already have figured out. And so it represents just ease and comfort and automatic thinking, where the North Node really pushes us to learn and grow and expand and to reach into a contrasting energy that helps us become a more well-rounded individual. So let's go ahead and find out what some of the energies are coming in for you. Embodied presence, potent, larger than life, cosmic. So you very well may be an old soul, I lost what I was going to say. An old soul, a very powerful presence at the least. Oh yeah, you get legit as well. You are more than you even can imagine at this time. And I'm not trying to gas you up either. You're very busy overwriting old Akashic memory, cache memory, defrag, detoxing, upgrading. So you are becoming so much more than the sum of your parts. There's some kind of a quantum leap there. And this card, it was coming out yesterday. Feed the birds, Toppins a bag. There's something about your investment and the types of situations and energies that you want to place your support behind, and being aware in the moment of when someone might be pressuring you to deviate from your natural path, or whether this could be just your own temptation to move into the ease of the South Node and say, well, this is something that I've already done for all this time. It's easier than trying to navigate a new path. And we get weaponized incompetence. So to some extent, this could be, I want to witness this in our own energy, and not that we are playing this manipulative, victimized consciousness, but I feel that the way that we have had this old program running in our systems, it could be dependence upon the government or systems, or the patriarchal, hierarchical way of earning a living, for instance, because there has been some type of weaponization of how does this want to come through? Like the mindset has been convinced and programmed to believe in one's own inability or lower nature as your automatic go-to expression. And so you may have tendencies to, For some of you, don't take it if it doesn't fit. But from time to time, when either you're feeling small or some other type of way, you might sort of find yourself hiding behind the attributes of your south node. Like, let's say Aries is someone who's determined and steadfast and will go their own way. Gemini would be somebody who can talk themselves out of something or around something and perhaps delay your abundance or keep yourself trapped in that way. Cancer might sacrifice a little bit over the balance line for things like friends and family instead of taking ownership of your own emotional maturity and standing in your own sovereignty to make a different move, and so on. Capricorn, its opposite, would be more giving yourself leeway at your workplace and buckling down at work rather than expressing the higher side. So whichever side is your shadow, the light is in opposition with that energy. So it's because of the nodes, how they are. It's an ecliptic plane happening at the time of your birth, where the moon has some type of a horizon line. Anyways, too much science there. We're getting off with their heads coming out with that one. There's some type of a go-to response. It could be really making you feel emotional or combative in a way, because there's been some type of perceived injustice or threat or something like that, or someone is pushing this energy towards you. Let's get a little bit more on this. Her story, Hypatia, Hestia, Hatshepsut, if I'm saying that correctly. Take your proper place. It may be that you, no matter your gender or your focus in this life, you may be an individual that's here with your soul contract to recognize the sensitivities, the intuitive wisdom that you're here to unpack and reveal, and to show yourself, your family, friends, loved ones, and your workplace all around you. You're here to enlighten the world with codes of the faith and honor and respect of it could even be inner child, but it's the feminine, the receptive side of our personalities. And so if you've been pushing and pushing, or if others or your upbringing has led you to feel like to push and push and push is the right way to go, it seems like you're breaking ranks with that type of limiting circumstances, because it's like that would just be playing to your comfort zone, to stay in the doing and letting people tell you what to do. But you are very competent, and you're not feeling that combativeness of off with their heads when you're in your high node, because when you're busy being booked and blessed and inspired, you don't have time to worry about everyone else and what they're doing. You're too busy being more and more competent. Yeah, inner child. I don't remember if I actually said there or if it was just in my mind, but it's like that inner child has been instructed on what the appropriate socialized responses have been here. But I'm seeing that you're really moving in these new ways. So I feel like I want to see if there's something here in regards to your calling. Testing the waters before making your move. Under the deck, we have high value, handle with care. Heyoka, empath. You may be a divine mirror for those around you who are not emotionally mature or emotionally stable energies. Yeah, this off with their heads thing. It's like if someone else is combative and aggressive, the Heyoka empath almost subconsciously begins to mirror that spite and that retribution energy. And it's almost as if the divine comes in and uses you to mirror to another individual what they're looking like. And then under that, I want to show you exactly what I'm talking about with this copycat energy. Anything you can do, I can do better, follower. So it's very interesting because I'm getting you as the copycat energy here too. Um, yeah, because somebody's trying to project their inadequacy and their issues upon you, trying to tell you what you should do, how you should embody your presence, what you should look like, what you should say, and all of that. But you're showing up with Metatron here as a master builder. And so you already know what you're trying to invoke in yourself and evoke from the world around you here. And so if somebody's trying to project that inadequacy upon you, I think you're just going to show them back to themselves with this copycat energy. And I'm just seeing you kind of, if somebody makes a limiting statement to you, then turning it back around on its head and saying it back to them and say, I don't know. Is that the way that you work your life? How's that working out? You know, I mean, it's pretty harsh, but it might come out almost unsolicited from your ego. It's like part of this divine is like just boom there. And the more conscious the Heyoka empath becomes of their ability to both liberate or wound as they are healed, or a clear channel for the spiritual voice to work through you and the reflection to work through you, it seems like you come more and more online with this ability in the moment. And as it comes up, it's like you bite it and you rephrase it into the perfect thing. And sometimes I feel like for many of us, when we're going through this, it's like the more conscious we become, it wells up within us. And then it's like there's almost like this spiritual energetic teleprompter in front of the third eye where we're getting these downloads and we're getting the suggested text or context that we could speak upon, but we're ad-libbing a little bit because of our own essence, because of our own north and south node. Return and reunion energy. I feel like that's a little bit of the return to sender energy to reunify them with their projected inadequacy, because as the sacred mirror turns that back, then we're all more sovereign unto ourselves. I was seeing 1313 on the timer. Of air. I love deep conversations and inspired minds. Expansion with Aquarius. So this could be a very progressive thinker, somebody who is possibly a friend or somebody you know through an association, and they're possibly looking to get your insight or advice on a situation or ask your opinion in something. And then we're getting self-sabotage, self-fulfilling prophecy, and negative mindset with I need freedom. So I feel like if you lay down with dogs, you catch fleas. Is that what the saying goes? And I feel like if you already know that projected energy, how we speak it forward, whether we say that if that's our limitation or not, or if we label them as that's their limitation, we're still limiting the energy. It says, I need freedom. You reawaken parts of me I thought were long gone. So somebody's trying to escape something. So some of this freedom or healthy reflection that they're looking for is to get them out of some type of entrapped mindset, some type of fixed thinking with that Aquarian energy, because they want to move forward, but they're not quite seeing something, and they're hoping that because you're so direct at times and also so spiritually led in what you say. They're hoping that you can help them get over something. And it may be some of their negative mindset, some of this lower vibrational energies that either they have or that have been projected upon them as their own inadequacies. This may be something that they're talking about their experience with other people being insecure or jealous or offended by them. And they're asking you about your confidence and courage to keep on shining, or how to surpass a limitation. Like maybe they are ready to make a big boss move in their life, but they're having some type of reservation, and they're seeing you doing some of these things in your life, and they're like, tell me how I can surpass this. And as the sacred mirror, you're not telling them, well, do, here's the 1 2 3, the rules are, because you're not part of that hierarchical mindset that wants to keep telling people about how to war within themselves, but you're telling people how to leverage their own strengths and weaknesses to actually be this alchemical powerhouse that they have the capacity to be. Yeah, grounded in their truth and in their fixed mindsets and values, and then flexible also because they're anchored in spirit and able to release and embrace as they're directed. So you may be meeting up with this person possibly before, during, after the full moon portal coming up next cycle, if this is a timeless reading for you. But we keep seeing this card pop out, and we're having the full moon lunar eclipse on September 7th, if you're watching this in line. And during that time, somebody may be experiencing these unresolved resentments and unchanneled energies. And because you're grounded in earth and anchored in spirit, or you're being advised to get that way and to stand really tall and firm in your north node, reaching for your highest capacity here. It seems like something's going to be illuminated, and you're going to be released from some type of lower fear mindset or doubts, and you're able to break through, especially if somebody's been projecting all of these codependent, demanding, power control issues upon you, envy, jealousy, whatever, because this whole salty AF energy, I'm getting this long distance. I keep feeling like you're moving away from this old energy and manifesting something else. You're letting them find out what they will manifest from their own energies when they F around. And you're going to take some kind of risk or chance to elevate your own story and to tell yourself the strengths that you have developed through any type of adversity or challenges from your past. In the past, you may have been overextending, and there may be this need to reevaluate or withdraw. So we already know that. We've been getting that for a few days, but it may be like you just kind of rallying your nerve to really get clear about what it is that you do or don't want to say as you say your final piece. Because I feel like that unresolved resentments, unchanneled energy, I feel like you have this beautiful Heyoka sacred mirror ability to channel and transmute that energy of what was coming up falsely as resentment energy towards this individual for their unhealed manipulative energy. And you're channeling that energy through the most sacred aspect of your mirroring capacity here. And when you say what you've got to say in the right way, it comes through that you're going to be able to resolve any type of lingering hooks or any type of guilt or shame. You'll be able to lay it all out there, and there's something else coming through about that. It's like, yes, this was coming through yesterday, but I couldn't put it into words. The individuals coming into this collective and in this energy of this chaos or conflict energy, we are somewhat magnetized to those storms of life that might give us some type of throwback vibe to something we've already healed or overcome, so we think. But it's in such a way because we have the type of energy that can walk boldly, fearlessly through the chaos energy and put things into the proper places and put things into their proper cosmic order. And so you may be a sacred pattern interrupt that comes in to liberate other souls from some type of manipulative, oppressive, or gaslighting energy. And you come in and you're like, at first you just see it, and then you try to ask for clarification. Then you're just kind of like, oh, really? And taking it in and assessing why you're in the situation. And then you're making a plan of releasing that energy, because those that are in this energy are able to channel your own emotional responsiveness through the awareness that it is also a reflection of what you're here to resolve in the cosmic space. Have I said what I need to say? I feel like there's something that isn't being spoken. I've got belief and earth here as I split the deck. How do I want to say this, Spirit? Help me with my words. It is that we are brought into these situations with our powerful capacity to break up stagnant energy or corrupt frequencies, and to come in with this powerful harmonic encoding in all of our words. It's, yes, encoded activations and alignments that you bring into the situations and dynamics that you engage through this sacred mirror. And in that way, you help everyone to really look at what they're holding on to, because you're showing them back to themselves, but you're doing so not in an unloving manner, because you are being the mirror, so you would not embody anything that was less than. Realm Bridger. Without this type of sacred mirroring energy, I feel that individuals would perhaps remain either lost souls in some type of a way, or busy being karmically oppressive or karmically almost enslaved or subjugated. That word keeps coming up, subjugated. Made into a subject, made into an object. And this realm bridger here understands the microcosm and the macrocosm, and how people, places, and things are both a reflection of the cosmos. So you may be somebody who watches astrology, astronomy, those type of things, sun, moon, and all of that interaction between the earth, moon, and sun, especially with this full moon lunar eclipse energy here. It seems like at the time of the eclipse, you're manifesting some type of a bridge from misunderstanding how spirit has potentially been using you, not maliciously, but as an activator, an alchemist, and a catalyst in the process of allowing people to cross the bridge between fear of their lower self and encountering their lower self, and giving people the opportunity to resolve some type of unchanneled resentments and unchanneled, unresolved karma in their lives, and to jump timelines into a higher timeline. And it seems like this is some type of karma that every individual can can choose to continue to carry if they have more to learn from it, but it helps. Every seed that's planted is going to help those individuals to accomplish their lifetime lessons as well. So you're here to awaken other individuals and to bring them into the higher mindset, exactly that realm bridger, to the high heart. Because I often say that the heart chakra is the element of air, and air is thought and mental. And so our earthly heart has a lot of thought behind our emotions. And so we've been talking about an individual or a group or a way that you were led to believe yourself to be some type of emotionally unstable force, and you're recognizing that we are all sacred mirrors to each other, helping each other to encounter our own beauty and and quirky nature, and to bridge that into the higher heart of ecstatic bliss. So the high heart is talking about love and compassion for others. And so I think that there's been something almost lost in translation about how we've been walking that highest path with spirit. Oh, geez, under the deck, we have heart chakra. So, exactly, you're bridging the heart with the high heart. And so, this is a very, very beautiful transformational influence on your own life. It may result in you having some level of ascension symptoms or some types of interruption of the energies within one or more of your chakra systems, like let's say a bit of pressure behind the eyes or headaches or digestive anomalies or heartburn or dry throat, a cough or something that is working through. It's like as we bridge the heart with the higher heart, we're working out stagnant, stuck energies within our own energetic frequencies and all of these energy centers. And it's like reharmonizing ourselves with every note that comes through us and every epiphany that we make about our process, and every time that we reach for the higher heart instead of like, oh yeah, that's what I should have said, it goes into like, yeah, I could have said that, but I said what I said, and everything is fine the way it is, right? Letting yourself just be, and letting others just be without dwelling on things. So yeah, there's a lot more peace as we release whatever isn't for us and make space for the higher heart. But it's like we are that harmonizer walking into these other situations as well as we wake people up. Soul time, throat chakra. There's definitely something that could be said here. I'm hearing maybe somebody is having like hiccups or burps. Also, I mean, that can be gross for some of you. I hope not. Internal explorer. I think whatever's coming up for you, whether it's emotional or whether it is a physical type of anomaly, then it can be looked at in such a way as like, what is this telling me about energetic things going on in my life? Such as, just for an easy example, the lungs. The lungs are related to stress and grief and processing, integrating loss and change and grief. And so if you are in that state, then maybe some deep breathing exercises would help you to work through that and have that emotional realization and release that helps to channel that energy. But grounding too, for anyone who isn't familiar with that, it's talking about no matter what comes up, help yourself to fully feel that and embody that, and ask yourself, be curious about that emotion instead of judging yourself as saying, well, I shouldn't have this emotion or I shouldn't have that emotion. Emotions are extremely valid evidence of our beautiful experience and how dynamic our alchemy wants to become. And so whatever's working through you. There's like these different workarounds, the ways that we can nourish our body, mind, and spirit through all these different channels. And as we're doing that, we're becoming more and more clear about that highest aspect of ourselves. And now we're splitting the deck here a couple times. I'm seeing romantic love, gracious receptivity, remembrance, divine masculine, solar plexus. So is this somebody getting the courage to with this remembrance, and transition, tantric journey? This definitely could be you getting out of the mindset of previous relationships or previous jobs or previous undertakings that you've been busy with, and being more receptive to how you can move between the high side and the low side to embody this integrated wholeness here. Oh, beautiful. Because under the deck, under the solar plexus side here, we've got the sound of the universe, journey to wholeness, and then under that, authority, awakened awareness. Yeah, you're really embodying and grounding yourself into this very stabilizing idea of everything in that south node is the stepping stone that helps you to reach the north node. And so nothing that exists in that shadow space is meant to be discarded, but integrated. What can we transmute and alchemize out of that experience? Because I'm seeing you really digging deep into what the why and the motivations behind your process to create this self-actualized awareness of your highest calling. And when it comes for you and when it rips through your consciousness, I think it's going to literally blow your hair back, because look at these two cards. It's like, oh! So, and I think that's the way you hit other people too. When you walk through a situation, people understand that you mean business and that you're coming in this energy. So I feel like that wasn't quite everything, but I was feeling this as well. I'll share this with you. You might not readily believe this. It might even spook you a bit, but there are those who chose this very lifetime in large part knowing that you would be there. Now that's what we call a reputation. Hugs, the universe. They chose you to wake them up, to work through this together. And you're destined for greatness on the wings of love. So there's definitely this romance that keeps coming up in the cards as well. But I don't like necessarily tapping into that because it's so specific for everyone. But I feel like there is this awakening to your true value, and all of a sudden you're aware that it's been within you the whole time. This greatness is already there, and so you're ready to choose you and to move forward in a new way. Those you love you in return. Love doesn't have to be near. We had that long distance card. So something's coming in for you in this new phase if it's not already arrived and in your awareness. So make space for that.